here. One is red, one is green, one is blue.
Right.
What's significant?
So this is the actual discovery image. Basically, two astronomers were looking one little patch of sky very, very far away, looking for exactly this kind of thing. Stars don't move. Planets or anything that's like a planet does. So this is color-coded. This is what they saw on different nights. They're looking for one thing moving. They color-coded it to show that all these stars are staying still. This thing is moving, and the way it's moving...
So this is just one...
It's one object, color-coded.
Is Pluto on this?
Pluto's in a whole different part of the sky.
So this is unbelievable. Why does this matter, Corey?
Well, there are two ways you can look at it. I think I look at it, first of all, as an exploration question. That we know where we are on Earth. We've mapped our planet. Our solar system is still terra incognita. It's full of surprises. This object is something that astronomers said shouldn't even be there. There's a whole other solar system beyond the planets that we know that are full of these things that are sort of planets, sort of comets. Some of them they call dwarf planets. That's what they're calling this one. What we're seeing is we're seeing our neighborhood. We're seeing what's around us. And then the second part is we're seeing where we came from.
Mm-hmm. What is a dwarf planet?
So a dwarf planet, the fact that you hear weird terms like that is actually scientists saying there are things out there we don't really understand. It's a dwarf planet is kind of a catch-all term for something. It's round like a planet. It sort of looks like a planet, but it doesn't orbit in a regular way like all the planets that we knew growing up.
Would this be part of our solar system?
So it's part of our solar system.
Would it be outside?
It's a whole new zone. They're calling it the inner Oort cloud. You don't really need to know that. All you need to know is there really are these two solar systems. There's the solar system with the classical planets, and then there's this whole other zone that we haven't explored. Mm-hmm. And now they're saying because of how this new dwarf planet moves, that there may actually be an even bigger planet, something bigger than the Earth.
I guess that's the point I was going to, because you study this all the time. Is that why it's so significant? Because there's more beyond that?
There's more beyond that, and then there's more beyond that. I mean, I think what we're seeing is,
okay.
If you watch the show Cosmos, I've been kind of glued to that. And in the last episode, they were talking about the discovery of comets and the discovery of our place in the solar system. We're still learning that.
And could there be more planets in our solar system, Martha? Some scientists now say yes. British and Spanish astronomers say that there may be at least 2 more planets hiding behind Pluto, which still doesn't count as a planet, by the way. Ripped off. Mike Massimino is a former NASA astronaut and professor of engineering at Columbia University. How are you, sir? What's it matter?
Well, if this would be a major discovery, if we can find that if there actually are more planets in our solar system, it would be a major find. Would it affect our daily life? Maybe not so much, but certainly we have to rewrite a few of the astronomy books.
I got you. So I always thought there were 9 planets.
That's what we learned. That's what we learned when we were kids.
And I'm told I'm wrong. Now, what's the deal?
When we were kids, it was 9. Then there was a controversy a few years ago. They said, no, there's only 8, and now there may be some more out there. So it just goes to show you, we keep finding more and more stuff.
And Pluto's not living up. Now, listen.
Yep.
How do they go about determining there's another planet out there? How do we find that? How do we locate it?
This is what I find to be most interesting. As an astronaut, I got to work on Hubble. But I was like the repairman. I don't look through the telescope, but we talk to these astronomers how they use a device like the Hubble Space Telescope, or how these guys made their discovery. They look for evidence. They find things and they don't know why they're seeing this evidence. So what they found, there's a bunch of rocks out beyond Pluto, way out there in our solar system, that were being disturbed more or less by gravity. Their pattern was not as it normally would be, naturally occur if they were just those objects floating around. So they see something else pulling on them and disturbing the orbit, and they don't know what that is. So the theory that they have is that there's more planets, really big ones, way far away.
So it's based on,
the solar system.
It's possible they have not even seen these planets.
Yeah, I don't think they have. In fact, the only evidence that I'm aware of that I've read about here is that it's a gravitational attraction, and the only way, one of the ways that they would explain this is to say that there's other planets out there. If you with the Hubble Space Telescope, dark energy and dark matter, and this is at the Intrepid Museum now. They have the Hubble 25 exhibit, and you see some of this stuff. They talk about things like gravitational lensing. They can, which means they can look on a lens. There's a picture of this in the museum where you can see the bending of light. And so the light can actually bend, and they can measure the bending of light. And they would say, well, what matter is around here that's causing that bend in the light? And then he said, well, there's got to be so much matter, but they can only recognize a portion of the matter. And that's why they come up with dark matter. So there's more there's more stuff out there than we can account for. We can
or
measure
the
gravitation.
possibility that it's emitting light, right? Or it's sending light back, and that's how
Correct.
you would locate it.
Right. So
it would reflect the light of the sun.
Yeah, but they don't know what this stuff is. So they call it dark matter, for example. In this case, what their hunch is that it's a planet that's out there that's causing this gravitational
Are you going to be okay with this?
Yeah, I think this is cool.
Yeah.
I think what it shows you is, you think you know something and you don't. We really don't know what's going on. Dark matter, dark energy, we only can recognize like 10% of the energy in the universe, 10% of them. We don't know what the heck is going on out there.
Now,
Very exciting stuff.
And quickly, when you were growing up, you memorized the planets in a very
did,
peculiar
Bill.
way. And what was that again?
It was my very educated mother just served us 9 pizza pies.
She did.
And each one of those words, that gives you, you start with Mercury, Venus, or right there. And we're going to have to update that. We got to come up with names, too. I don't know what they're going to do. So
to make more pizza.
Something. All right,
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
See you soon, okay.
Some of the warning signs are now ongoing, including strange red skies at both sunset and sunrise, strange daytime halos around the sun, and strange red glows emanating from the aurora borealis. These atmospheric anomalies are being caused by the incoming Nemesis Nibiru system. Of greater importance is the concerns of major West Coast earthquakes happening along the predominant fault lines, which recently spewed large amounts of carbon monoxide. NASA satellites in space began detecting staggering large emissions of carbon monoxide gas along the West Coast. As evidenced by this image, the emissions were far too big, too highly concentrated, and covered too vast an area to be man-made. On the satellite image, the areas in black, purple, and brownish orange show the magnitude of the emission. It was utterly massive. In addition, the ground in the Los Angeles, California area has been shifting sideways, as pictured in this image provided in this March 5th article. Another sign that something catastrophic will occur within a particular time frame is the fact that a number of underground sanctuaries, estimated to be around 1,500 worldwide, are mostly ready and stocked for what is to come. Russia has just completed 5,000 underground shelters around Moscow, which confirms that they are already prepared for an event of considerable magnitude. The United States of America has at least 150 or more stocked and ready. In addition, there are more than 1,400 seed vaults worldwide. But the biggest world doomsday seed vault is the Elite's Global Seed Vault located in Norway. Also across America, cities of refuge are being created. The following images are provided by our Facebook followers as well as channel subscribers. They are submitted by both skywatchers and amateur astronomers who wish to share their concerns about Planet X. As I have always said, you can determine the validity of these photo and video renderings on an individual basis. But please try to respect the sincerity of all those who want to share what they genuinely believe they have seen and witnessed. Here now, as I conclude this video presentation, are this week's incredible images and video captures of the Nibiru Nemesis system. And finally, it is important to emphasize just how devastating and utterly bizarre the Earth's weather has become. Climate change is virtually out of control with no signs of subsiding anytime soon. Check out this amazing video footage of the floods that have wreaked havoc on northern Italy in the wake of torrential rain in November. This comes just 2 weeks after Italian scientists warned that climate change has put much of the country at risk of flooding. Pressure is building with the tectonic plates, and seismic activity is picking up pace, with another large quake registering 7 striking Central America on November 24th, just days after a massive earthquake devastated a portion of New Zealand. Snow falling in Tokyo on November 24th. It is the first time since records began in 1875 that snow has been observed accumulating on the ground in central Tokyo in November. And how about this rare twister moving across the desert in Saudi Arabia on November 23rd? On the same date, this magnificent fireball exploded over the skies of Florida.